In today's episode of the Dubcast, we'll be going over Week 4 NFL, Week 4, and also give my college predictions for Week 5 NCAA. So let's jump right into it. Do something, man. People are questioning you. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, yep, do that. Sure, guys. Stupid and dumb. Just an idiot. Get your shit together, son. Fuck it. I loved it. Welcome to the Dubcast. We're here back after week 3 of the NFL season. I'm rejoined by two wonderful guests who were kind enough to join me last time, Mr. Cam and Mr. Mikey. Before we dive into this week 3 recap, let's run over how we did last week. You know, here at the Dubcast, we like to hold people accountable. In all 3 sports that I've chosen, I have not yet to have a negative record. I'm just putting that out there. First, we'll start it out. Michael. Last week, Michael went 7-9. Rookie mistake. You know, you don't really gamble. So this is a rookie introduction. You're like the casual, now you're learning. We'll see from your perspective what changes this week, what we can learn on, or else I'm going to have to kick you off the show. We can't have losers on here, bro. I'm keep it real with you.
16-0 this week.
16-0. All right, we'll see. Cam, 10-6, respectable record, could get you in the NFC playoffs if you want, maybe. AFC might be fighting for a bye or fighting for a last spot, but respectable record. And, as owner of this podcast, I take a lot of pride in my picks. I put a lot of research.
I
do all the hard work.
On to the next part, actually.
I was 11-5 last week. Round of applause. Good job, everyone. This week, try and beat me.
Where are you week 1? What are you after 2 weeks?
I'll get to that right now. I was going to say that after. So my overall record through 3 weeks, 27 wins, 20 losses, 1 push.
Okay.
So we're up right now. We got a little leniency to play with, but we're going to try and continue that run. We'll go over our focus 5 when we get to that at the end. So we'll talk about that when that happens. So week 3, solid weekend of football. A lot of upsets. I feel like the
Dogs.
Yeah, dogs started to come out. NFL started making money. The Vegas started reaming cash. So let's dive in. Pats Jets Thursday night football. Notoriously, I said the Jets would win by. If you run it back, I was listening to this back yesterday. I literally said the Pats offense is going to fall apart. It's going to happen. Jets are just going to smoke. Rodgers victory in New York, but you guys disagreed. Michael, you said you had something to say about this game, and you're also wearing a Jets helmet on top of your Jets hat.
Hey,
I'll let you tee off.
I picked the Patriots. It was a tough deal. I mean, I was told by all the Patriots fans around the table, all the people in the media, that the Patriots defense was elite. We're going to hold them. Going to be a close game. I thought so. And then the Patriots come into town, and the Jets, 24. Was it 24-3? Is that what it was?
27.
27.
7-3.
24, doesn't matter. 3-score game. And then Friday, Saturday, everyone's like, oh, Jets, they still suck. The Patriots are terrible. This doesn't count as a good win. All right. We'll see. We'll see this week. Playing the terrible Broncos. But, Patriots, Jets, should have known.
I mean, I hear a lot of that backlash on Friday or Saturday. Maybe it was just off the record on that one. But that was a tough loss for the Pats. I think what we didn't see in weeks 1 or 2 was a fast-paced offense, and the Jets made it a point early that they're going to be moving the ball quickly and often. And that was kind of the Pats' detriment. They went down, and they made Jacoby throw the ball, couldn't get Ramondre involved. I don't regret my pick. I mean, I like betting. I bet with my heart, not my head, unfortunately, when it comes to the Patriots. But
that's what you need to do, though. So
only when it comes to the Patriots. Everything else is a little bit level-headed. But no, I think the Pats saw something that they haven't seen before so far this year. But I think they're still a team to keep them in close games, especially the defensive side of the ball. I think that Jets team, I definitely think that was kind of a step up for them. That was probably one of the tougher defenses they played so far. I kind of like them moving forward, but it's tough to root for them being a Patriots fan. But I would be happy if I was in your position, Mikey.
Well, I don't give a shit about if the Jets win because it's like that's not my rivalry in this debate. I hate Giants fans. That's the New York team I hate. It's like the Mets. Like I don't give a shit about the Mets if they do good or whatever. But the Yankees, I'll fucking murk their ass. This game, I knew it was going to happen. This is the Patriots team we've been waiting to see all year. You know, I feel like the first 2 weeks might have been a fever dream. We'll find out this week. They have one of the fucking biggest lopsided, I think the biggest spread of anything so far. So Vegas is losing faith. I'm losing faith. I hate that Drake May played, although I kind of get it. It didn't make, he got his first NFL hit. Welcome to the league moment. I don't know.
Got lit up.
Yeah, like, all right, let's just fucking throw him behind Badarian Lowe and like a guy who's about to quit football. Let's do that. But it is what it is, That's not a game I expected to win. Hopefully we can get, I don't know. I don't want to, well, we already got a win, so we're not going to go in 16. So I don't really it might be time to start looking at the tackles in the draft. So I don't know. All right. Any more thoughts on that one? We'll move on. Tough loss for the Pats. And I think this is going to be bad. Moving to Sunday, 1 p.m. This is one of my biggest locks on the board. Browns -6.5 in Cleveland. Malik Neighbors, Giants, coming out party. Daniel Jones is back. And I say, 2 more years. No. I was completely wrong about this one. The Browns are shit. When it's like the Browns every week are going to be like, sometimes they're good and sometimes they're just like one of the worst teams in football. Giants, Malik Neighbors looked really good. They moved it on offense. Singletary scored. Browns, Deshaun Watson still sucks ass. So those are my kind of takeaways in the game. Anything else you guys have on this one?
I believe I mentioned a Malik coming out party, and you kind of made fun of me for saying that his previous week wasn't a coming out party. And I believe I said 2 touchdowns is a coming out party.
You did say that. I listened to
What did Malik do last week? 2 touchdowns, right?
I knew he had one.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure we got the record straight. But no, I mean, I think the Browns are very similar to the Cardinals, as you have no idea what you're going to get every week, in my eyes. But I don't know.
Differently. I think the Cardinals will always have offense. They'll always produce. They'll always score points. They'll always be in the game. Where the Browns could just have a game where they just fucking shit the bed and don't do anything. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Yeah.
Michael, anything else to add on this one?
No, Giants are 20th best team in the league. I'd say they're middle of the pack. They're horrible on defense.
Lower.
But their defensive line's good. Their offensive line, they got some guys. Malik Neighbors is gonna carry. I mean, Daniel Jones is whatever. He has the same stats as Trevor Lawrence though. So
is Trevor Lawrence good? What are we talking about?
No.
All right. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I picked the Browns to go to the playoffs. That's not really looking good. Okay. Another game that happens.
They still have the defense, but
they do, and so does half the teams in this league at this point. Another game that happened: Bears-Colts. Bears go on the road once again. Look like shit. Michael, we'll kick it back to you. Did you watch football? Were you able to watch this weekend?
Good call.
I watched Red Zone. So the 1 o'clock window. So yes.
What'd you do it for?
What?
Jerked off.
What'd you do it for? What'd you do at 4 o'clock?
I don't remember. What were the games? Oh,
Ravens, Warriors.
49ers, Rams, Ravens, Cow. These games were good. All of them were good, besides the Dolphins game.
No, I was looking at Monday. Monday was terrible.
Monday, all right.
He's got the Word doc open.
I do have the Word doc open. You see it in my glasses?
I can, yeah. I see the reflection quite a bit.
I had the Colts in this game. Wait, we're talking about Browns? Bears?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bears, Colts.
I had the Colts in this game.
This guy's so locked in. Holy shit. It's going to be way quicker than last week.
Yeah, literally a minute. You couldn't even remember what you were doing 3 days ago. So, yeah, I mean, really the takeaways is Caleb had I think the most games since 2016. Brian Hoyer had most yards since 2016. Brian Hoyer broke that record. but still can't get it done. Seems like there's going to be that team that's always right there, but just can't make that extra step. I don't know. Colts, Anthony Richardson completed 10 passes, and they win just due to, like, other team malfunctioning, basically.
O-line, their offensive
Probably
line
how
is
they get some of their wins.
disgusting.
I don't know. These
Yeah,
two
just-
teams these two teams remind me of each other quite a bit. I mean, in different ways, but they just seem extremely inconsistent, and they don't really know how to win yet. I mean, they're both really young, and they don't really have a method of how to move forward throughout the season, I don't think, in order to make a playoff push. But I mean, that was one of the closer games of the. I mean, all the games I thought were decent, but this one was kind of the toss-up for me in the one slot. So, I mean, I ended up losing. I picked the Colts.
The
But,
Colts have
sorry, I picked
the
the Bears.
defense.
But
The Colts have the defense and the run game. The Bears just have like Caleb in the fourth quarter gets things done sometimes, and their defense is okay.
I'm just
I thought the
surprised.
Colts defense was. I heard the Colts defense was shit.
Yeah, well, they just lost some guys last week, but
True.
I'm just so surprised that the Bears didn't. I mean, I know they went and got Swift, but they don't really have an O line to support their running game, and it just seems like they're so focused. I think I mentioned this in the last week podcast, but they're so focused on helping Caleb with the passing game, where I think one of the better things for rookie quarterback is to establish the run and then build off of it. Where it seems like they're very comfortable just having Caleb throw 35 passes a week. But
Yeah, well, Swift is fucking horrible. I saw on
Agreed.
Twitter
Yeah.
he had like
Yeah.
20 carries. It was like negative, like 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. And yeah, you can't looking at it on paper, you're like, oh, this Bears offense is going to be good. They have Roma Dunze, they have Keenan Allen, they have DJ Moore, they have Cole Kmet. But you need an offensive line. That's like the number one priority. So until that improves, I don't see the Bears situation improving too much either. So we'll continue with the 1 p.m. slate. Texans head to Minnesota. Vikings, won by 2 or 3 scores?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cam, you want to lead us off on this one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I kind of, on a wing, kind of threw it at the Vikings. It just was more of a feel thing for me. I like Stroud in that Texans team. I think I mentioned last week that I'm not a fan of Diggs. Maybe that influenced my pick for the Vikings. But I think this week the Vikings kind of proved that they're not just like a one-off team that wins 3 or 2 games in a row. I don't know. I think they might have a wake-up call this week. But at the same time, that Texans team also I can't see them being like one of the Chiefs where it's like, oh, we're gonna go 13-3 and end up being a top seed in the playoffs. They kind of remind me of more of like a 3 to 5 seed where they're gonna lose games here and there. They're still a young team led by a second-year quarterback. I don't know. I like the Vikings in that matchup, and thankfully it panned out for me.
Yeah, I thought the Texans would fall off this year.
Sophomore slump too.
Yeah, due to games like this, just Diggs, like you mentioned, not the greatest teammate, not the greatest guy. But I don't know. I think they're going to be a bona fide playoff team, at least as it is right now. But yeah, I don't know if they're ready to make that next step. I guess time will tell. Mikey, any other thoughts on this? We haven't even talked about Darnold.
The Darnchise. Come on, why
Darnchise
that
is
again?
still alive. I mean, he was 3-0 last year or 2 years ago with the Panthers. He's 3-0 this year. We'll see how the next 4 weeks go.
All right.
But I mean, he's dialed in. He's got his best receiver he's ever had. And their defense is cooking with the best guy at the helm, Brian Flores.
True.
But yeah, I'm a Vikings fan. I like it.
All right.
I'm
That's
here.
our NFC team.
Dude, when a purple team is good, bro, like I'm here for it. I like the Vikings. What? They have cool colors. All right. Next game, Eagles head to New Orleans, play the Saints. This was basically a pick 'em correctly. I was on the Eagles. I think one of you guys, I think Cam was also on the Eagles. Mikey picked the Saints. Yeah, this came down right to it, and then Saquon, or no, it wasn't Saquon. Saquon scored, but Goddard had that like 70-yard catch. Yeah. Just kind of
bailed out, yeah, but
not even bailed out. It was like a rock fight. Like what was the final score? Like 15-13 or something, 15-12.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if we learned a lot from either of these teams. I think the Saints kind of like holding back a little. I don't think I'm ready to put them in the playoffs even yet. I think they need to prove it. I think this week's gonna be big, but I don't know. Eagles, I think they'll be the same as last year. Sirianni, I don't love it. I don't love it from Sirianni.
I'm scared of the Eagles. Like they were 11-0 last year at one point, maybe 12.
Yeah.
Like they're just like they haven't been locked in since then. And like this is the kind of game that they usually lose, which I'm surprised about because they have like a winner at quarterback allegedly. They have a good like AJ Brown didn't play.
Devontae got
Devonta
hurt in the
Smith
second
got
quarter.
Oh yeah,
destroyed.
that was fucked up.
He had a little
Yeah.
All right,
Not good.
don't come on my boy Devonta like that.
He had the
I like Devontae, but
I don't know. I don't like the Eagles
they
personally.
kind of remind me a lot of these. Like I've just gotten into college football probably in the past like 4 years. Wasn't really too much into it growing up, but they remind me a lot of these like historic programs where they're more scared to lose as they want to win, and it's more of a sigh of relief whenever they scratch out a win as opposed to celebrating a win. I feel like all the games they played have been legit, like tooth to the nail, scratching their way out of it. And even last year, I kind of got the same vibe. Like I never really had confidence in them blowing out a team. And then with this addition of Saquon, I thought that things might change. I know it's a little different with AJ Brown being hurt early in the season, but I mean, I like the Eagles in this matchup. I'm not a huge fan of New Orleans moving forward or in the past couple of weeks, honestly, but I don't know. I think they're just a tough team to diagnose on what you want them to do for the rest of the year. Like I'm a Jalen Hurts fan, but it's at the same time it's kind of tough to, have him have to complete a 3rd and 16 pass on a 2-minute drive. And it's a drag route to your tight end.
Well, I will say it does get easier when you have AJ Brown and Devonta. The both of them were out.
Agreed. Yeah, fair. But it's just like when it's 3rd and 16 and you run a drag route for 17, 20 yards, or actually, no, it's like you got them all the way down to the ends, like pretty much the 5, right? So 40-yard gain on a 3rd and 16. I don't know how the Saints defense lets that up. But yeah, I mean, I just don't really know what to expect from this Eagles team moving forward.
Yeah, that game gave me vibes. Obviously, the teams weren't as good, but that when the Breeze was on the Saints and then they played the 49ers and Kittle had that like huge catch at the end. I don't know if you guys remember that game from a couple years ago. I don't know, it gave me flashbacks.
Yeah,
like it's maybe 5 years ago. Anyways, let's head to Pittsburgh.
In fucking 8th grade. Like, what are you talking about?
Let's head to Pittsburgh, where the Chargers visited the Steelers on the road. Steelers -2. I was on the Chargers. Thought the Chargers were better. Is Fields legit? Maybe. Herbert hurt potentially moving forward. We saw Taylor Heineke get in the game for the Chargers. This one was just Luckily, I didn't bet this one. I knew that this was going to be a rock fight. Like something was going to happen. I mean, I think the Steelers ended up winning by a couple of scores, but I don't know. This was just a bad game.
Yeah. I mean, I think I mentioned it on the pod last week. This game reeked of an under. Thankfully, not thankfully, but the Herbert injury kind of influenced that, I think, a little bit more than it should have. I don't know about Fields moving forward, carrying the Steelers team. I just think that so far, he hasn't had to make massive plays in order to win. Based off the competition that they've played at, he just needs to make the little plays and make sure that he doesn't turn the ball over. Defense plays well. They'll win games, keep it low scoring. I think I had the Steelers in this, but I don't know. Thankfully, I mean, like I said, Herbert getting hurt in the second half kind of influences the back half of that game. Steelers get a huge vote of confidence, and that's kind of when they turned it on. I think they went on a 10-0 run in the second half, and I think they gave up negative yards, if I'm correct, in the second half.
Couldn't tell you.
I want to say that they gave up -4 yards on defense. Like they forced -4 yards on the Chargers. But I think the Herbert thing kind of blew the Chargers out of the water. But thankfully, I picked the Steelers in that one.
Yeah, I was on the Chargers, but I feel like the Steelers are just one of those teams that you were saying, like they're not scared to lose. They're just like trying to win, like the opposite of the Eagles. Like
exactly.
That's Mike Tomlin's like DNA, and that's been the Steelers for the past like 4-5 years without Big Ben, or even in Big Ben's last year. Like since then, they've been 9-8, 10-7, or whatever every year since then, and they play hard, they play tough, they played good games. TJ Watt's like depoy 75 years in a row.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's not because he gets hurt, but yeah, I agree. Good defense.
Hater
Um,
over here.
Next game, biggest surprise of the weekend. Not really, but also like kind of Broncos on the road. Go to Tampa Bay, 6.5 point underdogs. Just smoke them. I thought this game would happen earlier. I think. Actually, no, I didn't. But I knew that this game was probably coming at some point for the Bucs. Didn't think it would be this week. I thought they'd blow them out. Was wrong about that. Bo Nix looked decent, looked good. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with them. But I don't know. Panic watch for the Bucs after starting out with a strong 2-0.
Mike, you want to go?
No, I was just trying to find it. Yeah, I was on the Bucks too. I'm pretty sure I called the Broncos the worst team in the NFL, and I feel like I stand by that. I think the Bucks kind of just were never in the game. It was a classic trap game for them. Like that's the definition of a trap game for the Bucks. And the Broncos, their defense is okay. They have Surtain. They have a good secondary. Their defensive line's fine. Their best linebacker got hurt last week or the week before, and if Cortland Sutton's your best receiver, like that's tough. Javonte Williams is averaging like 2 yards a carry this year. They have McLaughlin or whatever his name is.
He looked good.
He's a dog, but I mean, this week against the Jets, we'll see about whatever 30 points they scored last week or whatever it was. But
we will.
I don't like the Broncos.
Why? Oh, because the whole Russ thing and the whole Hackett thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's gonna be like 50-3 this week. I'm calling it.
Interesting. Well, I was the only one on this pod that picked the Broncos on the spread. I think I mentioned it was a trap game written all over it, as Mikey kind of mentioned previously. I mean, moving forward, I don't really have much faith in them. It just kind of seemed like a little bit of a fluke. I do think Bo Nix looks good, and maybe that's a sign of what they want for the future. But I don't really have any sense of confidence in them moving forward. But I think there was also I think it was the 4 biggest spreads hovering around 7. I think the Broncos was at 6.5, but everybody else that was favored by 6.5 or more not only lost against the spread, but they lost outright, including the Bengals, who ended up losing to the Skins, and then I think there was
the Browns,
the Rams, and the Browns. So there's
the Jets won.
Yeah, so that Jets game was close. I think that Jets game was only 3.
I think it was 6.5.
It was 6.5 as well.
Oh, it was 6? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I was just looking at the Sunday slate. Sorry, but I mean on Sunday and Monday, if you want to include the Skins game, every team that was favored by 6.5 or more didn't even not only beat the spread, but they won outright. Kind of something moving forward, but also could have been a one-off fluke. I think kind of with this Broncos team, I can't see much coming of it, but
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling bad vibes for this Broncos Jets pick, but we'll continue this week. Speaking of fucking horrible vibes, Packers Titans. Oh
yeah.
Hand up.
The fact that you were so confident on this Titans team blows my fucking mind.
Hand up. I was completely wrong.
Malik Willis, best quarterback in the league.
Me and Mike were on that revenge game from the fucking jump.
My fans on TikTok who only comment when they're angry and mad at me were very upset with this one.
2 of them? All 2 of them?
All 3 of the TikTok people who commented this video were like, this idiot's wearing a hat, get a job, like, let's start a shitty podcast with my friend, because they're all probably Packers fans or something. Listen, bro, I'll say this right now. I'm still not confident in Malik Willis. I think they game plan perfectly. And also, Levis, so right off the bat, Packers go down the field. Titans clap back 7-7 right at home. We're in this thing, right? Okay, Packers score again. Okay, this is manageable. Let's come back. Will Levis, vomit on yourself, pick 6.
Did I not try and I tried to resemble the fucking fumble that he threw from his dick down to the ground.
You did. Listen,
he'll find a way to blow it, dude. It's Will Levis.
Rather than backing the Packers and saying they're good, I'm now fading the Titans, everything. I'm done with the Titans. I'm never touching the Titans again. How do you have Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, Tony Pollard's like actually good. Ty J. Spears and this fucking Levis is a bum. Go fucking do a Mayo
Dude, these are
commercial.
all washed ass weapons. I don't know why.
they're pretty good. Mason Rudolph's gonna play like 2 weeks from now, and they're gonna be
The
elite.
red-nosed reindeer are gonna take over. Okay.
I'm here for it. Like at this point, get Will Levis out of my face. That was disgusting. And fuck Vegas. They knew exactly what they were doing.
You were the only one that didn't see it. Come on, Dubby.
That's the point though. Is when everyone's on one thing, you have to take
Because you were trying to reverse the reverse.
You're getting too cute with it. Just go with your heart. You watch way more football than half the people that watch football.
That's jobs. Meanwhile, my rant's over. Anything else you guys want to add from this game? Shitty game.
Nope.
I mean, that was one of my 5 picks of the week. Was Packers money line. I got a lot of shit for it from Dub. There were a lot of stuff in the back 5 picks I watched back that the second bottle of wine did a lot of the talking, but
it did well for you.
Yeah, the Packers money line came in clutch, and I don't mind them moving forward. I think they've proven that they can win without Jordan Love, and then that's kind of a force to be reckoned with when Jordan Love comes back. But we'll see.
We shall. So from here on out, I did not lose a single pick. No need to brag or flex, but we'll just put that out there. Panthers head to Raiders. I saw this one easily. Panthers, new quarterback. Anytime there's a new quarterback, new coach, you get that boost, cover the spread. I think you guys both had the Raiders. Most of it was mixed up with my rant against Bryce Young and that whole benching, but this is obvious. I don't really have any thoughts on this game. The fucking Raiders coach, I think, is a dumbass with like playing games with Minshew and AOC now. Sorry, I call him AOC. It's not Alexandria Cortez. It's Aiden O'Connell I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know. I think they should just put in Aiden O'Connell. Like Minshew, you know what he can be if like Raiders are not a serious football team. That's my take. I think they're going to be one of the bottom 10 at least, maybe at best teams in the league. Devontae Adams will be a Jet in like 7 weeks.
True.
Okay. I don't know. From boots on the ground here, Charlotte's
revitalized. With the fucking boots.
Dude, I'm telling you, I have a coworker that's willing to pay $200 for lower-level seats to a Charlotte Panthers, the North Carolina Panthers game this weekend against Joe Burrow. And I couldn't imagine a better way to fucking wipe your ass with $200. I think we'll get into it for week 4, but holy shit, if you are that confident in the Panthers after a shitty Raiders team that you just beat up on, with the new quarterback,
Bengals, the 0-3 Bengals are coming.
There's no way the Bengals going forward. We're saving it for the next segment.
Save it.
But I mean, I was wrong on this. It did have trap written all over it with the new quarterback. I mean, I was just very biased and couldn't imagine the Panthers winning a single game this year. But I'll let Dubby have his one win so far.
Get ready for fucking 7 in a row, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. It's just the beginning. Yeah, this is your first one. So
I won some stuff before. Michael, any spare thoughts in this game? Spare change, sir? All right, we'll move on. Dolphins, Seahawks. Had it. Seahawks win and cover.
Keep breaking up.
I know. I hope it's not lagging. This isn't even my
Yo, did you get a fade? Did you get cleaned up a little bit? Yo, look at that. He got blessed.
Dolphins, I said, with Skylar Thompson would be dog shit. Who's the other?
I think you mean the Dolphins with Tim Boyle.
Yeah, when fucking Tim Boyle came in the game, I was like, bro, this is bagged up. Time to bring me my money. Tim Boyle should never see an NFL field. How is this dude on a roster?
All right.
Whoa.
That's all changing.
The Dolphins fans last year giving all Jets fans shit for Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, Tim Boyle playing, and then Tua gets hurt. Dolphins suck. Tim Boyle, their savior. It's great. I love it.
What Dolphins fans were chirping? Like, what is this rivalry?
You gotta be.
I'll go with it.
You gotta be on the Jets Twitter.
You gotta get boots on the ground.
You gotta get boots on the ground, Deb.
I do have a couple of boots down with Jets fans. Cam, you notoriously picked the Dolphins in this one.
I did. I think I'm going to be riding with the Dolphins for a decent amount of the season. There's no way Boyle or Thompson start for the rest of the
I
year.
think it's Tyler Huntley.
I
Tyler
believe so.
Huntley's-
If not, I think they go out and get a quarterback. Even if Huntley plays like shit this week, they might go out and get a quarterback, and I think that still revitalizes this offense.
Who could they theoretically get?
Ryan Tannehill.
True.
Same page. Boots on the ground. Bryce Young's on the market. From the fan base, we know the head coach doesn't necessarily want to trade him, but like we said last week, Dubby, the Dolphins with Bryce Young at the helm might be the best team in the AFC.
I still agree with that.
So I'm just saying, if they get a new quarterback, I think this Dolphins team's completely different. Obviously, you can't have Thompson and Boyle trying to get you to the playoffs, but I think either this week or next week they're going to make a move, whether it be free agency or maybe Huntley's the guy. I just think that there's a lot of potential there with all their weapons, but
he had a few good games with the Ravens last year. I remember watching him.
Yeah, dude, he was in the Pro Bowl 2 years ago. Believe it or not.
Yeah, so was Gardner Minshew is a Pro Bowl quarterback. So.
Yeah,
so is Mac Jones.
Gardner.
Yeah,
Mac Jones was a stud back in the. He got fucked, but that's a conversation. That's a different pod. I'll go on my own hour rant about how the Pats fucked Mac, but.
Yeah, I don't.
You see that one drop back he had? It was clean, and then fucking the offensive line screwed him. Got that ball punched out real quick.
Dub?
No thoughts. Silence. All right, so that
Lions head to Arizona. 3-point favorites in the road. They do it. Amon-Ra is a fucking dog. Cardinals going to be competing, but just not this game. Lions back in their bullshit. I picked the Lions, so.
Lions back on their bullshit. I mean, that was the easiest pick, I think, of the week. Not going to lie. Lions -3. This Cardinals team has been so inconsistent. Even when Kyler's played, like, I've had zero faith in that team. I think the Lions.
Kyler's played every game.
Not this year. I meant since he's been there. But with this Lions team, I think since Dan Campbell's been there, they haven't lost back-to-back games. Dub, get your stack on.
Didn't he go like 1-9?
Yeah, the first year they were shit.
Well,
so
not fair.
18 or 25 or something like.
All right, so maybe since 2 years ago, maybe.
Stack guy, run the numbers.
Well, yeah. We'll get a guy on it.
I'll get my analytics guy on it. We'll talk.
Yeah. I don't know. This Lions team is just – I don't think you can even put them in the same sentence as the Cardinals team. The Lions made a run. They should have made it to the Super Bowl, even though they choked in the NFC Championship game. And then you're playing against some Arizona Cardinals team where your main weapon's a rookie. Just kind of – and you're only favored by 3 points. That just kind of seems like a lock to me. But – I mean, thankfully the Lions pull out with the win and make me look good, but
road game
on the road.
Michael, anything?
I had the Cardinals. I still have faith in the Cardinals going forward.
I like the Cardinals.
They're a good team.
James Conner shit the bed.
Not their day. That's all right. I'll get them next week. I think I have them getting them next week, but
peep the word, Doc. Peep the word.
Fantasy segment of the week. I said I was gonna bench Jalen Waddle, and I didn't, and he did shit, so I should have done that. Anyways.
Come on.
Oh, Ravens, that was awesome topic of conversation for the pod.
Yeah, that was just People are like, do fantasy. I'm like, here you go. I should have benched Jalen Waddle. Ravens Cowboys. This is a fucking heart attack. Tom Brady has had to watch the Cowboys the first 3 weeks. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Ravens go up big, and then the Cowboys do their classic bullshit of making it look like they're potentially going to win. Ravens luckily don't choke because that 0-3 is kind of a death sentence. Dak just eating up empty stats. Lamar had a big run when it counted. Cam, you said Lamar anytime touchdown. Good pick. I'll give credit.
Not even that, plus the Ravens money line.
That was a lock.
Well, I parlayed both. I mean, let's not discredit the top 5. Isn't that what it's for?
True. Dude,
get your shot and get better Wi-Fi one time. Damn.
I really hope it doesn't fucking lag when it records. Did you make money this weekend betting? I'm looking right now if I did. I think I might have like broke even.
I did. A lot of the games that we talked about on the pod, I didn't necessarily gamble on. I mean, I'm not gambling on every fucking game. I mean, I was talking about it last week. I said I wouldn't touch it, but if I had to for the pod, I would bet on this. I think I ended up plus. I mean, pretty much net, like $50 plus. But
I lost. I just looked.
Yeah, I mean, it was mainly because of the parlays towards the end. I mean, honestly, the top 5 picks saved me with the touchdown parlay and the team to win.
Sir, it's called the Focused 5.
All right, fuck off. It's my second week on the pod. Called the Focus 5. I won 3 out of my Focus 5. But,
Spoiler.
yeah, I mean, that Ravens money line just seems – I don't like betting on the spread when it's that close, when it's a pick 'em. I just rather take money line, even if it's worse odds. And then I usually like to take a touchdown score in that game. And Lamar seemed like he was kind of due. He didn't score in the previous week. A lot of people like Derrick Henry to score in that game, which he obviously did. I was more leaning towards Lamar to say better odds, but thankfully both of them did. But
wait, no, you said Zay too, so you were wrong.
On the pod? Well,
yeah.
I wrote down on my previous sheet. I wrote down. Oh no, that was a different one. That was a touchdown parlay, brother.
Oh, all right, my bad.
This guy.
Well, you're going on a fucking rant about your bets. Like no one gives a shit.
Did you not ask about the bets? Michael, did you not ask about the bets?
I wasn't expecting a fucking 7-minute monologue.
All right, sorry. I hit the Ravens money line with Lamar touchdown, Mikey, to you. Jeez Louise.
I would like to hear more about the bets.
They'll come in week 3, actually. Or week 4.
Wait, what odds did you get Lamar touchdown at? Plus 113, 114, 115?
Actually, plus 120.
Oh, good man. I had the Cowboys in this game. I should have seen it coming. Ravens ran like 250 yards on their face, and Dallas Cowboys can't stop a nosebleed. The end.
I'm interested to hear your thoughts this week because you've said like I should have seen that coming like 4 times. So I'm wondering if if we.
I'm just like the script.
Yeah, if you flip the script, like that'd be very impressive. All right, we'll start with you for this game. 49ers head to the Rams, 7.5. I think me and Cam both saw the 7.5, and a switch went off in our head. Easy Rams money. Rams went outright. Did not see that coming. But you're on the 49ers, so what were your thoughts watching
Didn't watch the game.
All right.
I went with the wrong
Good job hosting the pod. You guys didn't watch the game.
I was trying to give him an opportunity to speak.
All right.
I did not expect the 49ers to lose 2 games after dismantling the Jets. So I think that's where a lot of my thought process came from. But, I mean, things happen. Haven't looked good, that's for sure.
Fair. I mean, I don't know. I think I mentioned on the previous week podcast, this was one of my least favorite games to pick. I kind of went off of a whim. Honestly, I didn't even write anything down for this game. Just based off of, I saw the 7.5. I looked at the Rams being favored by that. And going into it, I knew that they were going to be down at least McCaffrey. And I think, wasn't someone questionable? Was Debo questionable going into it?
Yeah, Debo didn't play.
Yeah, Debo didn't play. So I think it was questionable when we recorded the pod, and it made me a little bit nervous. And then from there, I just picked the Rams. So thankfully, the Rams win outright, kind of going back to my statement, other than the Pats loss. Every team that was favored by 6.5 ended up winning outright. I mean, thankfully, the Rams did so. But other than that, I mean, kind of a toss at the dartboard, not even looking at it. But
yeah, when these teams play, it's always close. McVay versus Shanahan, I always forget who's like whatever.
He's the dad of the Shanahan offense.
True. Sunday night, Chiefs in Hotlanta, was able to catch like probably the last like 3 or so quarters of this. Falcons +4. Chiefs get the was it this time they got the no call or this time they got the call? I forget what happened. It was one of those.
They got the no call. No call.
It's shocker.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, like if we're like as Patriots fans, if we're being honest, the Chiefs are just the new Patriots. Like this would totally be something that happens to us like 7 years ago, and like it's true, bro. Everyone, all you like,
we all know.
In every NFL group chat I've been in, when the Pats would win and there was no flag or some flag, I'd get a text from Gabe and be like, "There were 17 missed calls in the Patriots in the last drive."
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think there's just a lot of backlash, like when it comes to winning so much. I mean, if it's any other game, you probably don't give a shit, honestly. Like you don't
That's
really
true,
pay
too.
attention to it. But the fact that it is the Chiefs and the fact that there is a no call, there's just so much more of a highlight on it. And obviously that just creates more attention. All of the news sources talk about it, just gets amplified. I don't know. I mean, I think the Chiefs should have won that game, honestly. I think it was the spread that I had it at. So I think I mentioned that the Chiefs would win, but not by the 4.5, whatever was mentioned at. But I don't know. I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to get these calls biasly, but realistically, I think it's just all just overhyped just because they are the Chiefs. So take everything I say with a grain of salt when it comes to them moving forward.
You're just saying that.
That's very honorable of you.
Hoorah.
Michael?
I took the Chiefs in this game because Deb told me to take the Chiefs in this game, so I did.
There's a little bit of collusion between these guys. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, we went to Applebee's. We watched the first game of the season. I was like, it's just stupid to bet against the Chiefs. It's Mahomes. That's basic
See,
knowledge.
that's all right.
What
That's
happened? It wasn't roughing the passer. Pass interference, no call. It was like sort of blatant, but it wasn't that bad that you were like, it wasn't like the Saints Rams one, whatever.
No, yeah.
4 years ago, that was just the cleater, but
It's also, yeah, I mean, it's just also like it's late in the game. Like you kind of want to play it out. It's like you don't want to throw a flag and be able to control
yeah,
the game.
exactly. As an NFL fan, you want them to not throw the flag.
Exactly. But
then
it's
it'd be like a
so then you want
ticky-tack bullshit call,
Yeah.
which I don't think it was ticky-tack, but what are you going to do? Chiefs win.
Yeah, I think it says something when the Chiefs have pretty much looked like not great against all the teams. They're 3-0, but it's kind of like sus 3-0, but everyone's just like, yeah, they're probably just going to win the Super Bowl again. I feel like that's the vibe in the Chiefs. Next game, Monday night, the doubleheader. I hated this doubleheader because I had to keep watching this Jags game because I had major fantasy implications on it. Jags going to Buffalo.
Dude, shut up about fantasy, low-key. This is not a fantasy podcast.
I agree. Jags head to Buffalo. This is a shitter. Let's speed right through this. Bills are really good. Probably top 3 team in the NFL right now. Jags suck cock. They need to either get rid of Trevor, get rid of Doug, get rid of the owner. Something needs to change.
They just gave Trev like $295 trillion, though.
All right, so Doug, sign your papers.
I disagree. I think they got to ride it out, but I mean, we'll move forward. The Jags definitely don't look good. I don't know if that's the receiving core or just the mindset within the team, but definitely they need something to bounce back. I agree with you. The Bills do look good, though, unfortunately.
They got that losing culture.
They are in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
The Jags or the Bills have a losing culture.
Jags. Dub, don't be fucking.
Cam was just like, the Bills are really good and they're awesome, and Mikey's like, they got that losing culture.
Everybody knows what we're talking
We're
about.
using context clues here.
Come on.
All right. Yeah.
Our
so
walk of the weekend, actually, or walk of the week
the
on a
only
Monday.
only pick we all agreed on: Commanders,
Yo, high
at
five,
Bengals.
boys. High fives, boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, my camera's reversed.
Yeah,
Plus-
all good. Me too.
+8. Commanders win outright. Jane Daniels, the promised one, the chosen one. He looks really good.
Well, Drake
Throwing
Mason
from the pocket.
Drake May, Michael Penix, and JJ haven't played yet, but of the 3, he looks pretty good.
Agreed. Also, one of the 3, the second bottle of wine got to me towards the end of that. I think I had Jane Daniels to score anytime with the Skins to win, and then I may have changed it to first touchdown. But in my books, I had it as anytime with the Skins to win. Ended up being pretty good payout for that. So,
good job.
I have no thoughts.
nice.
You didn't watch the game again. All right.
Yeah, it was Monday night. I didn't give a shit.
Monday
That was a
night.
good game. That was a really good game. Terry looked good. It's nice to see Terry get the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe B. We'll talk about this. I think this Bengals Panthers game might be the most fun game of the weekend when we get to it. So, no, it's cap. There's actually really good games this weekend. All right, heading to week 4 finally.
We're gonna talk about our locks first from.
Well, I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up before we do the locks for week 4.
Right.
But we can do it now if you want.
Let the host of the podcast run his fucking show.
Let me ebb and
Goddamn.
flow, man. Let me operate.
All right, so
He's
go to
gone from the
Mikey on the
frame.
first one. I'm taking a week, but I'll be right back.
All right. So starting off week 4, it's Thursday night. We have the Cowboys coming off that sort of brutal loss to the Ravens at home, and they go to their division rival, the New York Giants, in the Meadowlands. Giants plus 4.5.
Really? I got 6.
Where'd you get that? ESPN bet?
No, ChatGPT.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't think the AI really. I don't think the AI knows. That was probably like the odds from like 2 years ago.
No.
I'm checking CBS Sports. It's 4.5. So does that change your opinion of what you're going to say?
Nope. Cowboys all the way.
What's your logic?
Giants have 0 pass defense. They can't do anything against the pass, and that's all the Cowboys can do. They can't run the ball. Giants, I think Adoree Jackson's out. They have 2 maybe sophomore corners.
Deontay Banks.
Yeah. I think the last time Dak played against the Giants, he threw for like 480 or something like that. Something stupid. So, yeah, I got Cowboys winning. Even though I like the Giants, I don't like the Giants, but they're not as bad as everyone makes them out to be.
I also have Giants. I also have Cowboys. Cowboys minus 4.5. Coming off a bad loss. This is easy. Giants got the fluff win against the Browns. This just kind of seems like Cowboys, even though it's Thursday night, I don't like the 4.5 on a Thursday night. It could come down to like a field goal or something. But I lean more that the Cowboys win this by 2 scores, maybe 10 points, maybe 9 points, something like that. Just don't trust the Giants defense to score. I think the Cowboys will be really motivated to win this game. They know they need to win these games against the Giants in the division, especially. They're the layup of the division. So don't think they'll be taking that lightly. Cowboys are 1-2. Giants, we're after the first 2 weeks, we were like, they're dog shit. After this week, we're like, okay, they just beat on a shit team. I don't know. So I don't really trust the Giants. Cam, what say you?
I fear the divisional matchup on a Thursday night kind of reeks of low scoring, which is making me go the opposite side, which is kind of what you guys are taking as well. I don't know where you're getting your Mickey Mouse lines from, but I have the Cowboys minus 5.5. So I still kind of like the Cowboys minus 5.5. I think if you want better value as a gambler, you parlay that with the CD touchdown, just to make it a little bit cleaner. But if we're just based off Dub's podcast, I'm gonna take the Cowboys minus 5.5 on that.
I'm seeing the Cowboys minus 5.5. I'd still take them up to like even minus 6.5. Cowboys. So first, it took us all the picks last week to agree. First pick this week, we all agree. Cowboys. Let's ride.
Hey, what happened last week though when we all agreed?
That's true. That's a good sign.
Thursday night favors the home team also. So I don't know. Something.
What are your stats on that? Who's your guy on that?
It's like 14 and 7 over the last however many that is Thursday night games.
Probably 2
home
years.
Team.
Year and a half.
I'll believe it.
Something
Or
like that.
probably last year, including the past 2. 14 and 7.
I'll believe it. All right. Head to.
I don't know if that's against the spread or outright or anything, but
this
dude, don't say
stats.
Yeah, don't say a stat and then expound on it. Just
let's do some research.
No one's get.
Let's do some research in the middle of the pod. Good call.
No one would have looked that up if you were just like, yeah, they're 14 and 7 over the last 21. But now they're
Hey,
like,
I'll just spew and then have no. Oh wait, no, the Sopranos might.
That's.
All right, next game, W.
That's the point of the pod. All right, Saints at Falcons, division rivals head to battle. This one's in Atlanta, hot Atlanta. I'll start this one out. Falcons are minus 1.5 on the money line. I'm not on the spread. I'm fucking up. Falcons minus 1.5. That's my pick. Saints downhill from here. I think those first 2 weeks were a fluke. They played the Panthers and the Cowboys in Jerry World, which anything can happen there. Falcons have looked good at home against the Chiefs. That was a tough loss, but they're right in there with what I consider the best team in the NFL. So this one's easy for me. Falcons, it's basically a pick 'em. I'm picking the home team in a place that actually the home team matters. Cam, we'll go to you.
I'm going the opposite direction. I like the Saints plus points. I don't know. I kind of tuned out whenever you said the exact points, but I had a plus 1.5.
Yeah.
I kind of understand your reasoning when it comes to NFC South divisional matchup, and you're taking the home team basically to pick them. But I think the Saints are kind of proven that they're an offensive weapon when it comes to lack of a better term, not great defensive teams. I mean, not that the Eagles are that much of a step up, but I think this Falcons defense is not that great. I mean, the Chiefs, I get that they held them to, 20-something points, but that same Chiefs team hasn't really done much against any defense. So I like the Saints to score a lot on this Falcons team and kind of get a bounce back win against the loss to the Eagles, basically on that minute and a half drive that Jalen Hurts ran. So I'm going with the Saints plus 1.5.
Michael, we finished with you.
I got the Falcons. You say plus 1.5?
Minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5, yeah. I mean, I had 2.5, but that's fine. I'll trust Debbie. Bye, Cam.
I'm back.
The Falcons have looked good. They're 1-2, but they've had close games. They've looked good. Kirk's looked a lot better since week 1. Drake London's looked pretty good overall since week 1. They got fucked last week, but what are you going to do? I think they'll probably have a sour taste in their mouth, but I don't know. I took the Saints last week and they let me down, so Falcons it is.
That's good logic.
Yep.
I like both these teams. I thought after the Falcons started, I thought they were going to start 0-2. I still would have liked them to be good. I still think they're going to be good. I think the Falcons win this one. Keeping up with NFC South trend, next game, Bengals head to Carolina. This is one of my favorite games to watch the weekend. Andy Dalton revenge game. Bengals must-win situation
Revenge game. Love it.
against one of the worst possible teams in the NFL. Panthers at home. Cam, will you be on boots on the ground plus 4.5 in Carolina? Will you be at the game?
If I catch a ticket for $50 in the lower level, maybe. If I catch nosebleed tickets for $15 or less, I will be at the game. Unfortunately, they do play at 1:00, which is the same time the Patriots play. So probably not going to be at the game.
Do we play? I think we play at 4.
Yeah, you got a 4:00 window.
All right, never
He's
mind.
dialed in, lock in.
Let's multiply both those prices by double. So $100 for the low level, we'll do $30 for the upper level. But I will definitely take the Bengals minus 4.5. There's no way that this team goes 0-4 to. I don't care if you want to call it a revenge game or not. Andy Dalton. I can see Andy Dalton throwing 3 picks in this game. The Panthers at home. I think honestly, there's probably more people rooting for the Panthers just for fun at the previous game in Las Vegas, as opposed just for shits and gigs because they're all just boozed up, gambled on the game, way better odds, as opposed to the amount of Panthers fans that will be actually at boots on the ground in Bank of America Stadium on Sunday. But
you better hope no Panthers fans hear this.
I've already sent this to plenty of Panthers fans, and they do not love the slander that I've already mentioned. But one of my top 5 picks that will be mentioned later includes some negative feedback on the Panthers. So we'll see how that goes. But I got overall for the pick'em, I'll go Bengals minus 4.5.
Michael, all right, I'll take it. Yeah, Bengals. I had something to say, but I forget what it was. Oh, I don't know if they're gonna win by 4.5. I don't love that number, if I'm being totally honest. Maybe it tease it down to 3, and I love that. But I do think this is must win for the Bengals. But yes, I got my point back. The revert to the mean after the quarterback change. So you have the week where Andy Dalton does great, and yes, Andy, yes, 3 touchdowns. Yes, you're so awesome. Good job, Andy. Oh, wait, you actually are on the worst team in the NFL, and Adam Thielen just went to IR, and you have no wide receivers, and you have no running backs, and you have no tight end.
Deontay's on my fantasy team. This is a fantasy football podcast.
I forgot about Deontay. Just about Deontay. Other than that, nothing. Bengals should have some improvements on defense, or else their season's cooked. Be it what it was, the Bengals did lose at home to the Commanders, but that offense did look fine. T was able to re-ingratiate himself. Jamar looked really good.
Also, that's his first week with the incomplete offense too.
Yeah. Gesicki's been making a play or two. The running backs, I didn't notice if they were good or bad, but you have Zach Moss, you have Chase Brown. One of them can pop off. I like the Bengals 4.5. Michael, from the looks I've seen on your face, it looks like you're taking the Panthers.
Yeah. More just for fun purposes.
That's anybody that bets on the Panthers, though. You want to bet for fun with money? No.
This is not one of my locks.
To win.
This is not one of my locks. Don't worry. Honestly, just because I think everyone's hating on the Panthers because Bryce Young was terrible, and then Andy was like, yeah, let's throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. I didn't know about Adam Thielen going on IR. That's news to me. But they invested a lot of money in their offensive line. They looked pretty good. They ran the ball very well last week, and I think they'll still be able to do that against the Bengals. I could see this game being low scoring, and I'm taking the Panthers and the points. Let's go.
I don't see anything what you just said, but love it.
You don't see them their offensive line? Robert Hunt from the Miami Dolphins.
What about him?
He plays on the Panthers now. They gave him a boatload of money.
Get ready to learn Trey Hendrickson, buddy.
You will.
I think it's better when we don't all agree. So,
dude,
he's always talking.
Damn.
All right, I'll re-say in case it cut out. I said I think it's better when we all disagree, or when two of us disagree with one person, or I think it's if we all just agree here and sucked each other's cocks, it might not make for a good podcast.
Might be a good
so it's fine.
What?
You're kind of used to that, so it's fine.
Yeah. Rams, Bears. This is my second least favorite game on the board. Bears -3 at home. I tentatively go with the Bears because this seems like another Titans trap. I'm falling for the trap again. I'm not touching this game with a fucking 10-foot pole, but put a gun to my head. I'm picking the Bears -3. It just makes sense. I do have a future on the Rams to make the playoffs, so I wouldn't mind the Rams making the playoffs and winning this game somehow. It was before the season, all right? I had to boost, FanDuel boost. You got to make
I think that's better than – sorry, keep going.
All right. I don't know. The Bears, it seems like this is a get-back spot. Like, they need to win this game or else their season's in major fucking jeopardy. The Rams also, but the Rams
in the same spot.
I think I said the thing last week about the Rams where it's like week 10, they're like 5 and they're like 3-6, and then all of a sudden Puka comes back, Cooper Kupp comes back, all their defenders come back, and then they just rip off like 6 or 7 in a row and they make the playoffs. The Bears, that's not fucking happening. They need to win these games where they can. They're at home field in Chicago matters. The fans care there. So 3 points, in my world, that's essentially a pick 'em. So I don't know, home field, I'll pick the Bears. Michael, what say you?
I'm taking the Rams based solely on Sean McVay, compared to whoever the Bears' terrible head coach is. And
Eberflus.
Yeah, terrible head coach. 3 points at home is basically a pick 'em. So I'm taking the coaching edge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Mikey on this, especially coming off a big win against San Fran, against an unproven Bears team. I think it's very odd that you compare the Bears to the Rams on a back half playoff run when the Bears haven't done shit in decades. But bold of you. I mean, granted, I guess a lot of the Bears fans hope for a playoff run this year, but I mean, you've had one win so far this year, yet this has been your most hopeful season that you've had in the past 2 decades. I mean, it just doesn't – the math isn't adding up to me. I had it at +2.5, which I would have taken the Rams at, but I'll take the Rams +3 if you give me an extra half.
Cool.
All
right.
Increase what your third note like this, TW.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
Nothing. Well, that'll be a next podcast kind of topic conversation.
All right. Next game.
Oh, my God.
This guy just keeps fucking lagging.
I'm picking up on it now in case the lag is actually going through. If to my listeners, if you're actually listening to this and it's lagging, I'm very sorry. This was a one-time occasion where I had this different Wi-Fi.
Had sex for the first time, so we sing at this girl's place. That's why
Yeah,
we're on
like,
the podcast.
things happen where, things out of my control, out of my dimension of sphere of control. This game we have the Vikings heading to the Packers. Packers minus 2.5 in Lambeau. Seems like Jordan Love's going to play. I think looking at the line, I think I texted to you earlier. I think the line indicates they think Jordan Love's going to play because I think no way that Minnesota would be an underdog on the road if it was Malik Willis again, but maybe I'm wrong because I clearly just have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to Malik Willis. Who wants to start us off here?
I will. I don't care if Malik Willis is playing or if Jordan Love's a starter. I'm taking the Pack minus 2.5. I think this Minnesota team, granted they've looked very good through 3 weeks, kind of seems like they're due on the road, divisional matchup. And based off of how that offense looked, even with Malik Willis in last week, I don't care if it's Malik, as I mentioned, don't care if it's Malik or if it's Jordan Love. I think this Packers team wins by at least 7. I'm taking the Pack minus 2.5. I also expect Josh Jacobs to get into the end zone at least once. They went completely off the script. I think Josh Jacobs got like maybe 15 touches last week. He barely got the ball, yet they dominated with Malik at the helm. So, like I said, I'm going Pack minus 2.5.
Michael.
I'm going revenge game. Taking the Vikings. Aaron Jones.
Ooh, I like that. I like that backside.
Sam Darnold, elite. Brian Flores, greatest defensive coordinator of all time.
I'm here for it.
I like the hyperbole coming from Mikey. Actually,
this is how you get views. You just fucking say outlandish.
You just say shit.
You just say outlandish shit.
I mean, division game scary. 2.5 at home is like. I wouldn't bet money on this game at all, but I'm taking the Vikings.
Tiebreaker. I continue my trend and pick against Malik. Give me the Vikings, 2.5. Jordan Love's my guy, but if he's coming back, he's going to be a shell of himself. He was supposed to miss like 3 or 4 weeks. He's coming back early. It's not going to look good against Brian Flores' defense. Scheme it up. Kevin O'Connell, we slept on him. He's an offensive coach. We don't need Kirk. We got Sam Darnold. Offense looks solid. I think Addison's supposed to come back this week. Hawkinson will be back at some point. I don't know. Oh, wait. I'm on. What'd you say?
Nothing.
This is a great podcast. I'm like, what'd you say? It's like, we'll talk about it next time. I don't know.
Well, you said Hawkinson is coming back, but not this week. So then why the fuck are we bringing it up?
I just think that the offense is going to get more powerful.
Not this week.
Okay. Well, I think they're good enough to beat them this week. It's Lambeau. Yes, Aaron Jones tried to start the Lambeau leap in Minnesota, so the fans aren't going to be happy. Maybe they boo him. Maybe Aaron Jones 2 touchdown games.
He might get stabbed.
He's going to skull it up.
In Wisconsin and Green Bay, yeah, they're really known for stabbing up there.
What are you surprised?
All right. Well, I'm taking the Vikings plus 2.5. Again, anything under 3 is a pick 'em to me, so I'm taking the Vikings on paper. They look hot. This is probably a square pick, but I don't really care. I have to continue the trend in case Malik starts. I'm taking the Vikings. Next game.
I hope Malik starts.
I hope Malik starts and everybody watching the podcast with all their money on the back. It's an absolute lock.
Listen, if you take whatever I pick and take the opposite of it with Malik Willis, you're going to win money. That's certain. Next game, Jags and Texans. Now, I'm going to start this one off. Texans minus 6.5. Ugliest pick on the board. Give me the Jags plus 6.5. It's ugly. It's disgusting. It's gross. That's why it's going to be a hammer, because everyone and their mother is going to be taking the Texans. This is giving me shades of last week where we had the Bucs look like an easy favorite. The Browns look like an easy favorite. It's not always simple. It's not always easy. This is why it's a trouble gambling. Why is it only 6.5? The Jags looked horrible. This should be 10. What, do you guys agree with me, or am I tweaking?
Any given Sunday, baby. I'm taking the Jags, but I think the Texans will win by like 3. Jaguars are terrible. Look terrible. Josh Allen's their best player on their entire team.
Isn't it Josh
Allen
Allen?
Hines?
Yeah, Josh Allen Hines.
Yeah. Texans are a good football team all around. Their defense is very good. They got those 2 rookies, or not rookies, second-year players. CJ Stroud's having a sort of a sophomore slump, not really, but a little bit.
Too early to tell.
Nico Collins is elite, best receiver on their team. I agree with Cam. I don't like Stephon Diggs. But I'm taking the Jaguars because 6.5 is a lot, and Texans, I feel like, don't blow people out too often.
Fair. I mean, I'm kind of getting Vietnam flashbacks from last week where this reeks of not only this team covering the spread, but winning outright. I mean, Jags 0-3 need to win in order need to win. I mean, they're going to be so desperate for a win where the Texans kind of know, hey, even if we go 2-2, we know that we're going to somewhat be competitive later on in the season. I don't know. I think the Jags win this game outright. I'm going to take them against the spread for that. So whatever Dub had them at, I think it was plus 5.5. I'm taking Jags.
6.5.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
So we're all on the same page. Jags. Wow, I thought that was going to be
met with. That's twice. You know which games to pick on.
I thought I was going to be met with disgrace.
I feel like after that game on Monday, that was like a prime player only meeting sort of thing. Exactly. I don't know if that actually happened, but probably I feel like if they lose this game, Dougie Boy's out of there.
Yeah.
But
yeah. The thing with the Jags is like last year they had the thing with Lawrence where like they kept trying to play him when he clearly wasn't a hundo. I think that just screwed them over. They were like the number 1 seed at one point. I think the talent's there. Brian Thomas, who they pick up, Gabe Davis, it could be there. We'll see. I think cover easy though. This is an easy Jag 6.5. Next game, I think we're still at 1 p.m. Steelers head to Indy. Colts at home again, +2. Same thing as the Bears last weekend.
Don't do it. Don't do the same
Cam,
thing.
We'll start with you.
Give me the Steelers -1.5. Dude, Steelers win this game outright, probably by at least 5, maybe even 7. This Steelers team, dude, this Indy team, I don't trust them at all. Just give me the Steelers, proven defense against a shitty offense. And even Justin Fields barely moving the ball up and down the field, not making turnovers. I'll take that every day of the week. I take the Steelers -5.5 if I could, but I'll take the Steelers -1.5 in this case. Or -2, whatever Dub had it at.
Michael?
I think this is like a 14-10.
Just hammer the under. Any Steelers game, just hammer the under.
That's my lock. That's one of my locks.
Good.
But yeah, I also have the Steelers here. Anthony Richardson is like, everyone was like, oh, Lamar's a running back, but that's actually just Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
He's going to be met with a ferocious defense, and we'll see how many points they're able to score, whether or not it's more than however many turnovers he has.
Dub's got Indy. I'm willing to bet $100 Dub has it.
Correct. Give me the Colts. +2. At home, once again, I think the Steelers are due. There's no fucking world in.
That's also true. There's no way
the Steelers with Justin Fields are going to be 4-0.
The first 2 4-0 teams are Vikings and Steelers. I feel like that's just wild.
Yeah, just the Vikings are going to be 4-0. No, I'll wait. All right.
I'll wait.
Am I back? All right. Yeah. So this is Pick'em. Once again, Colts at home. I don't love Justin Fields. I think, Richardson can break off big ones. He can I like Jonathan Taylor better than Najee. Yes, the Steelers defense is good, but give me Colts 10-7, even if it's 10-9 game. Colts +2, that's a win. I think it's in these rock fights, I'm more prone to pick the team that gets points. Gets +2. Cam, you're in disbelief. Am I like?
I just can't even imagine you putting the Colts and the Steelers defense in the same sentence. I think the Steelers defense takes over this game, and they win. I think they win 13-0. I think you're going to see the first shutout of the entire year tonight or whenever Sunday.
Tonight.
Sunday at 1:00. you're going to see Steelers shut out the Indianapolis Colts 13-0. Justin Fields with a tutty, 2 field goals. Book it.
So
hey, if you want an extreme parlay,
I'll give you a peek. I'll give you a peek behind the curtain. So last week, same spread, same thing. Chargers, Steelers. This is the week where it happens, where the Vegas voodoo gets involved. Colts win this. I'm gonna say 16-12 or 10.
Gross.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking gross game. So give me
a
the team.
Scorigami game going on, like 19 to.
Ooh, now you piqued my interest.
They started Scorigami for college. It's fucked. There's like 90 Scorigamis a week.
Mikey, did you ask?
I knew the second I said it that was all right. All right, so we disagree once again. Next game. We have a very important fan in this call, Jets. We mentioned it earlier. This is like a rivalry game for you for some reason because you're still held up over Nathaniel Hackett and that idiot.
John Payton said in the media he was the worst head coach of all time, like straight up.
Did he?
Did
he lie? Like, did he say anything wrong? I don't.
No. But Aaron Rodgers loves him, and he's gonna try and back him up. Jets minus 47. I'm taking him. It's gonna be like 52 to 3.
All right, so I am changing my bet just because I did the same thing with the Panthers last week, and whenever that happened, they ended up losing outright. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I had the Jets outright, but then Mikey wanted to pull some outlandish shit out of his ass. I'm going with the Broncos plus 7.5.
You have 7.5? I would fucking hammer the shit out of that. I have 7, but I'm taking them. Sorry, I'm taking the Broncos as well. Plus 7.
You're all haters.
No, I like.
Boy, Dub. Dude,
I like the Broncos as a team.
Better fucking Wi-Fi in your girl's place, dude.
We're stuck. I like the Broncos as a team that can push the envelope, keep it close. Week 1 we saw against the Seahawks, they kept it close. Week 2, I think they kept it close against whoever they're playing. I'm forgetting at the moment. Week 3, they go to Tampa and win outright.
Yeah. I can see this Jets team getting a little like
the Broncos and the Patriots
after the Pats win.
The Broncos and the Patriots are the exact same team.
That is the most false thing said in this podcast.
Both of their offensive lines are ass. Their quarterback can't throw it past the sticks. He can move around maybe a little bit.
Whoa, Jacoby can move the ball. All
right.
Bo Nix can fucking throw more than 5 yards and not look like he's dead after every play.
Their defense has one good cornerback, and that's it.
Hey, we have Jabril and Kyle Duggar in the safety positions. So
Keon White, Christian Barmore.
Thank you. What? Do you know what the Broncos have? Nothing.
Guardian Cap Jabril.
Yeah. I'm not a massive fan.
No, I like the Broncos plus 7. If it was 7.5, I'd probably actually bet it. But I don't know. I could see the Jets. Mikey's
kind of FanDuel 7.5. That was prior to the podcast filming. So
all right. Well, maybe I'll have to go and visit Massachusetts to bet in FanDuel. I do see a universe though where the Jets try and pour it in, and it's like, oh, look at how the Jets Nathaniel Hackett got his revenge, blah blah blah. But I could I could also see Sean Payton pulls off an upset victory. Oh, Hackett looks like an asshat. Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
No.
New York media is like, hey, Aaron, what happened? You guys lost the team that you said was sucked ass. I took too many shrooms before the game.
Fair.
I was on too many psychedelics. I did asphasia, and I saw Al Nazard was actually Pat Surtain, and I got a bad dose.
Why did Aaron Rodgers high kind of remind me of you high?
I don't even know how to address that. I don't even what does that even mean?
My lock, my 5 focus 5 after the game here is gonna focus on some 5 players from the Jets and
all your focus 5 is on 5 players from the Jets.
Just one of them.
Oh, okay.
5 leg.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm getting mixed feelings in this one. This is not part of my focus 5. I'll tease that. But
that's a good tease. That's a really good tease right there.
We'll move on. This one is the weirdest spread to me. I'll start it out. So Eagles head to Tampa. Tampa's plus 2.5 at home. I'm hammering Tampa. Moneyline Tampa. I don't really know what's going on with this game.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree.
Ugh.
You agree?
I'm
The
going
Bucks-
Eagles. I'm going Eagles plus 2.
Eagles minus 2.5.
Or sorry, yeah, minus 2.5. I thought I got it at minus 2, but I'm gonna take the Eagles minus 2. I think they're gonna survive in advance, kind of similar to their mindset that it seems like they've had for the past year and a half, where they win kind of like we've talked about when it comes to 3 or lower. It's a pick 'em. I think the Eagles win this game, and if they're gonna win, it's gonna be by at least a field goal. I mean, if anything, I think it is by a field goal. So. Also, that Buccaneers team, I can't really. That's a tough loss against the Broncos. I don't know if they bounce back from it or not. I don't really know how much they are successful coming off of a significant loss from a team that was that dog shit. But I don't know. Especially, I mean, if AJ Brown plays too, I mean, that also is that's a major factor. Like, if AJ Brown plays, I would take them minus 3.5 as opposed to minus 2.5. But
Is Devonta even going to play?
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if both of them are out, I think that's a little different of a story. I'd probably take the Bucks, but it's rumored that AJ is going to play because Devontae won't. From
That's
what I
not a good sign. If he's only playing, can't read that.
yeah, thanks, Dub. What a great podcast host. No, you moving it further back doesn't fucking help. I'm reading them 1 millimeter.
Dub,
Just read it out loud. God
write
damn.
it into the banner.
No
Type it into the
signs.
banner.
Oh, it's still on week 3 recap. That's really bad, actually. It says no
banner.
sign. It says no sign of AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, or Lane Jackson or Lane Johnson for the
William Jackson.
for the Eagles practice.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks here. They got embarrassed last week. I think
Back game?
I think Baker's gonna take the bull by its horns, as they say.
Yeah.
And like I've said many times, I don't like the Eagles, just in general.
I agree. Bucks off an ugly loss to a team they shouldn't have lost to at home again. That's a blessing. Eagles are a team that can be 2-2. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. They had that kind of lucky win against the Saints. This just spells Bucks to me. Money line.
Agreed.
All right. Heading to Cam's favorite team, Arizona. Commanders heading there, minus 3.5. Cardinals at home, minus 3.5. Cam wants it. You got it. Take it.
Give me the points. Plus 3.5. Automatic lock. Gonna go into my
Automatic lock.
5 picks of the week. I hate this Arizona team. I don't like them at all. Granted, I have Martin Harrison on my fantasy team. I know Dub wants to make this a joint bullshit kind of let's talk about fantasy in the middle of nothing, but I love Washington plus 3.5.
I'm with
Michael?
you. I'm with you. I do like the Cardinals, but the Commanders.
No, it's the Redskins. It's the Redskins.
I call them the commies.
Ooh,
The red shirts.
better. We're getting there.
They haven't punted in like two games or something
They've
like
won
that.
2 games.
Like this is also one of my locks with something else going on in there. It's going to be a high scoring game. The total is very high, which is a little scary for me, but I got the commies. Their defense is all right. Cardinals they're going to throw the ball. They're going to throw the ball. James Conner's going to get 4 yards a pop, and we'll see if Marvin can take the top off. But, yeah, I got Commanders, Commies, Skins.
There you go. That's the last one we needed right there.
I'll take the Cardinals minus 3.5. I think the
Rookie move.
No, this is a senior vice president move. I think the Cardinals.
Oh, Joe Biden move right there.
Yeah,
that's a Joe Biden move right there.
At home, Cardinals had a tough loss last week to the Lions, one of the teams that people consider the best in the NFC. Commanders are too hot for my liking.
No, timeout. Who?
The Lions, I'm saying.
Oh, okay, sorry. They're done with the Cardinals.
Cardinals get back spot. Commanders, I think, are a little too hot for their. I don't love the 3.5 if I'm being honest, but I think they're trying to tell us something. The 3.5 to me is a hook. I learned that from Colin Cowherd. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust.
know if you want to
He's your
learn
fucking
anything from
mentor.
Colin.
Yeah, like, oh, I learned this from Colin Cowherd. Like, he told you face to face.
He
Shut
did.
the fuck. You watched it via First Take. Like, what are we talking about?
Don't be disrespectful. He's not a fucking First Take.
Well, whatever the bullshit was before First Take.
The Herd, buddy.
The Herd. Oh, yeah.
Cardinals minus 3.5. They're trying to tell us the Cardinals are a way better team. Commanders have been too hot, in my opinion. I don't think this is going to end well for them. Not well this game. I don't think it's going to go well for them. I think they have to come down to earth. I don't think Jaden's really like that guy yet. He's still a rookie quarterback playing his 4th game in the NFL. How could he possibly be this NFL ready? Kyler has had the boys prepared to play every game. I think they've lost every game they've lost has been one possession. They fucked up the Rams. So there's your games right there. At home again, Commanders have to travel cross country. Don't love it. So give me the Cardinals, 3.5.
Jaden's slinging the rock from the pocket. All these other rookie quarterbacks are like, oh, let me just run away and be scared and then throw it on the run. And he's standing in there in 4th and 6, slinging it from the pocket.
Throwing absolute dimes.
I respect it.
Cool. All right.
What a great podcast, though.
Now, I was lagging for like half of that. I teased it earlier that I said the Bears-Rams game was my second least favorite. This is my least favorite game on the board. Pats at 49ers, minus 10 49ers. Cam has a heart. What say you?
Give me the Pats plus 10.5. I have zero faith in this 49ers team. There's no reason to bet 49ers, especially based off of the past 2 games where they've lost to teams that are definitely less than them. And it seems like Debo's going to be out. I would parlay this with a Ramondre touchdown, but just for the sake of the spread that W's podcast hosts, I'm going to go with New England plus 10.5.
I'm also there. It's way too many points. That's the highest spread of the year, I think, so far.
I mean, we talked about it for the previous week.
By 3 points, I think. I think the highest was, 7.5 last week?
Yeah.
No, the Pats got 8. The Pats got 8.5 week 1 against the Bengals, I think. Or it was.
And what happened? What happened?
Took that out.
Went straight up. All right, cool.
49ers, very injured. Pats also very injured on their offensive line. They will not be able to stop Nick Bosa or Javon Hargrave or anyone.
Well, they're on my side.
No, I am. I got Pats.
Then why are we being negative Nelly over there?
Because I'm trying to be realistic for the fans.
We don't like realistic. We like being fanatic.
Patriots will win this game outright.
See, that's the kind of motivation you needed right there.
I'm looking at their money line right now. What is it, like plus 500 or something?
I don't even
know. Probably 350.
Let's see. Plus 400. Yeah, I'll take the Pats plus 10 as well. Plus 10 in week 4 is a fucking very egregious spread. It's just ridiculous.
It's Las Vegas telling you something.
Yeah, it's that the Pats are shit. So this may be a blowout. But I don't love this at all. But if you're giving me 10 points, I'm gonna take 10 points. It's pretty simple, and it's NFL. These teams aren't like fucking Tennessee Tech versus Georgia. Like it's gonna be closer. Like it could potentially be close. I could see like a 17-10 even. I don't know. I think the 49ers are gonna win this game, but I don't know. I think the 10 points is very egregious. What? I'm supposed to pick the Pats as a 10-point underdog to win outright. I'm a realistic fan. We're going into the year. Our win total was 4.5. I mean, we had that one win week 1, but it's like I don't think the wheels have kind of fallen apart. I think this is the week once we get past this hurdle here. It's Drake May season. Any week could be Drake May week. So it's like, what are you saying now?
After the bye.
What week's your bye?
Yeah, when's the bye?
I think it's either 10 or 11.
That's fine. I mean, the later the better, but they're going to be fucking pressured to put him in. Yeah, I like Pats plus 10. I think, that was an embarrassing performance against the Jets. I think the 49ers – is Fred Warner hurt, or was he just, like, crying about, like, losing?
No, he's just a bitch-made cat.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, they're missing pieces on offense. Pats' best part of their team is their defense. So, maybe they can hold Purdy to a couple points, keep it close. Pats plus 10, I'll take that. Moving on, we have the Browns heading to Las Vegas. This is an ugly game as well. Raiders are -1 the last I caught it at home. I'm taking the Browns +1. It's just an ugly game. Like I really am not confident in it. But if you're comparing both sides of the ball, like the Raiders' offense is gross. So is the Browns' offense. It's like Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams, whoever the running backs are, Zamir and fucking Jerome Ford, and you just go back and forth. It's the same shit. But the Browns have that defense. The last week was embarrassing for them, so they're coming back with a vengeance. Granted, it was also embarrassing for the Vegas. So really, I don't know. I'm taking the better defense. Browns still have an elite defense. Raiders don't have shit. But Cam, you look like you disagree with me on that.
I do. I don't think I'm going to bet on the Browns moving forward throughout the rest of the year, actually. I think this Raiders team, especially based off of that loss that they took from the Panthers, I mean, they've heard a lot of the shit that's been talked about them for this past week. I can't see them going into this game very happy, especially at home. I think this -1.5 is kind of short, honestly. I would have probably predicted at least 2.5, maybe 3. So I'm taking Vegas -1.5.
I think the fact that it's in Vegas is a good thing. I also am taking the Raiders because I think
people in Cleveland can't afford to go to Vegas, so it's just all Vegas fans there.
Nobody in Vegas is actually a Raiders fan.
Yeah,
they're all homegrown.
They're gonna go to Allegiant Stadium, and it's gonna be all Raiders fans in there. They're gonna be wearing their face paint. They're gonna be big and strong. Gabe's gonna be there.
We got boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
We got boots on the ground.
No, I'm thinking.
God, hammer that.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's skipping his college game that he has to play and to go to Vegas to watch the Browns Raiders.
I'm predicting / imagining, hoping in my head that hoping in my head that what's his name? Pierce, their head coach.
Yes.
Antonio, he sucks.
Antonio said some aggressive things to them in the locker room after their week 3 performance, and they're gonna not blow them out, but I think they'll play a good game. Defense is good. Max Crosby's like the only defensive lineman that plays like 99% of the snaps for their team. He's an absolute dog. Gardner Minshew is definition of mid, and that's better than criminal piled Deshaun Watson.
Fair enough. All right, heading to the last of the 4:00 games, we have the Chiefs heading to LA to face the Chargers, AFC West divisional matchup. Chargers get 8 points at home. This screams out to me that they don't think Justin Herbert's going to be able to go.
Or Derwin.
Derwin is suspended, so he's not going to be able to go either way. Mm-hmm. But Mikey, we'll kick it to you. What say you here?
Ben Chiefs all day. With who even is their backup quarterback?
Taylor
Heineke.
Taylor Heineke. Yeah, it's not going to be good. They have no weapons. I mean, I sung some praise to Quinn Johnson last week, but without Herb throwing him the ball, it's going to be a tough day. J.K. Dobbins is still playing well, even though he had a little bit of less rushing yards last week. I mean, Chiefs they're, I don't know. I'm never going to bet against them. So, yeah. They're going to get some calls like we talked about before.
That's a good cardinal rule, and I really like that rule that you have, but I'm taking the Chargers +8. I don't know. The Chiefs have really not looked good, and for them to just get 8 points here, I'm smelling something fishy. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's like Taylor Heineke actually sucks cock, and we're just like I don't know. But if Herbert goes, this is easy. If you bet this game at Chargers +8 and it's like Herbert's playing, you're like, oh shit, I have more money. I have more money that I can put on the Sunday night or the Monday night games now because that's just a free lock. Every time these teams play, it's very close, especially when Herbert's at the helm. If it's Taylor Heineke, I could even see like it's like a 9-6 like halftime score. You know what I mean? Like it's very close. It's back and
Harbaugh
forth.
makes it a good dogfight.
Yeah, Harbaugh's. I hate the man, but he's a damn good football coach. I'm not going to be. Listen, I'm Ohio State affiliate.
Through
Oh yeah,
and through.
your sister went there. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
All right, sorry your sister didn't go to a fucking powerhouse college football team. All right, you would
Yeah,
hop on
New
that.
Hampshire's got some good football.
True. A friend of the program, former friend of the program, plays for them. We don't need to say it. No name drop. No name drop.
Oh, no name drop. We'll keep
no
that
name
under wrap.
In case he listens to it. Chargers.
Reframe.
Chargers. Chargers +8 is the pick here. I love it. It's at home, so it's like a shitty stadium. There'll probably be half Chiefs fans there at least. But give me the Chargers +8. Cam, you seem like you're on that same wave.
Yep, safe wavelength could have said better. I mean, if Herbert plays, I think that plummets to like 4.5, maybe 5.5. If not, even that, I like Harbaugh kind of making a dogfight. Ground and pound, making under. If Herbert doesn't play, I think I love the under in this matchup, no matter the number. Probably set at like 40, 41.5. I'd probably take the under on that, but I mean, I'll take the Chargers +8 if that's what the line's at right now.
You think, Mikey? You think Harbaugh hasn't been thinking about how to stop Mahomes ever since he signed that contract with the Chargers?
What did you just say?
He's got the hiccups from his fourth Miller Lite. So.
Yeah, I actually am. Yeah. Do you think the second that Harbaugh signed the contract that he hasn't been thinking about a way to stop Mahomes?
I don't think without Derwin they'll be able to do anything.
Dude, Derwin's a fucking he's not good, bro.
Carson Steele is gonna run for 175 yards against them.
All right, next game. This is unfortunate. Come on.
Carson Steele is an alligator. He's gonna go for 200.
What?
I got fucking work tomorrow. Can we speed this up?
So do I, buddy. All right, Sunday Night Football, and I have to edit this whole thing right after. Bills go to the Ravens. Sunday Night Football. Ravens -2.5. Cam, your pick.
I'm going Bills +2.5. They've looked really hot. I'll get into one of my 5 locks of the weekend, but I love this Bills team. They're going in, especially after that Ravens win where they didn't finish off the game against the Cowboys. I mean, they almost let up a loss off that onside kick and then just a shitty second half in general. I'm going Bills +2.5.
Michael.
I'm with you. Bills are, I would say, a little bit overrated right now just because they're 3-0. Their defense is like okay, but Josh is just absolutely playing electric football. The Ravens defense hasn't looked good yet. I don't know if they will. They lost their defensive coordinator this offseason. So I'm saying Bills by probably a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens in Baltimore. I don't know. I think this Bills team is before the season, everyone was counting them out, saying they weren't even going to make the playoffs. Now they're 3-0. I think, we need to take a step back, chill out a bit. Maybe, it's a close game. 2.5. I don't know if I love that because it could be even Ravens win by 2 or even win by 1. Even win by 1. I'm just going to repeat what I said. I don't know. I think I love the Bills. I'm Josh Allen. I'm a Josh Allen fan, even being a Patriots fan. But it's like I don't know. This line's telling me something. 2.5. It feels like the Bills should be favored in this game. Ravens haven't looked good at all, but they're -2.5. I'm following Vegas. I'm following what they're saying. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be with you guys taking the Bills, and that could be a Packer situation where everyone makes money and I just lose. But I don't know. I like the Ravens. Now we get to our shitty double header Monday night, the worst fucking thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Starting it out with the elite game that everyone's going to be sitting at their TV watching, the Titans heading to Miami for the first game, Dolphins -1. My pick here, it's simple. I'm never picking the Titans again. Dolphins -1. It's pick 'em. I don't care who they're starting at quarterback. Throw me out there. I'm winning that game against Will Levis. I'm better than him. I don't care. It's simple.
Dude, McGann at quarterback that's a nice ring to it. Not gonna lie.
I'll throw fucking 3-yard slant passes to Tyreek. He'll score one of them, and that's enough to beat Will Levis, bro. Like, it's simple. It's really not that difficult. I'm taking Dolphins -1. I think this is It's not one of my favorite picks because it's potentially Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley, but I like the Dolphins. Michael.
I'm taking the Titans in this game. I will never put money on Tim Boyle or Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley ever in my life. I honestly was just thinking while you were talking that I think this could be a game where Mason Rudolph finishes it off and we get a little Titans dub.
Yeah, no, give me the Miami Dolphins. Put the shit to bed. Dolphins -1.5. Make it -4.5. Make it -7.5.
7.5 I don't like. I'll put that out there right now.
The Dolphins just have way too many weapons. I think you put Tyreek at the halfback position. He scores 3 touchdowns out of his backfield. We'll get into that later in the 5 picks that I have later. But give me Miami -1.5.
Okay, moving on to the last game, we have the Seahawks and the Lions. Lions at home this time, Seahawks on the road, Lions -4. Cam, take us home.
I'm going Detroit -3.5. Part of my 5 picks going into the next segment that we have, but I am not a fan of the Seattle team. Granted, they have beat a lot of teams starting the season, but if you want to look at the caliber teams that they played, other than the Patriots, because I know they're top tier, but outside of that, they haven't really beat much. So I think, especially on the road, going into Detroit, that they have a lot to prove. But we'll see. I'm taking Detroit -3.5.
Same. I'm right there with you. I think the Lions will run the ball down their throats. I think
when they go ground and pound, they're unbeatable.
They're a ground and pound team. They're gritty. I think Leonard Williams is out. I think they got a couple defensive line injuries for the Seahawks. I think this is a good game. Lions always play good games. They just they thrive in playing one possession games into the fourth quarter. But I'm taking the Lions.
So I had 4 points. I'm taking the Seahawks. Seahawks have screamed like a team that to me is always going to be close and will always keep it close. Lions really haven't won by a lot of 1 or 2 scores yet this season. Seahawks undefeated, yes. I don't think that's going to last, but I don't think they're just going to go out with a whimper. You have the big 3 of Tyler Lockett, DK, and JSN.
What a big 3 with Tyler Lockett leading now.
He's my guy. Kenneth Walker should be back this week. Run game should be better. Charbonnet looked good last week. Granted, it was the Dolphins, but that defense was supposed to be better. I don't know. 4 just seems like it's going to be Lions by a field goal, and we cover with the Seahawks. So that's where I'll leave off my picks for week 4. So thank you guys for all your picks. Once again, we went through every game. Good time as always. Now we'll go into our Focus 5. Before, we mentioned the records before. We're saving them until now. We'll start with Mikey. You have a little bit of money to make, people, since you were 1-4 in your Focus 5 last week. So need at least 4 wins to be positive or be equal or even on the year. Let's take it away here.
We're getting a little feisty. Last week we kept it to just spreads. This week we're going for a little bit of parlays, a couple spreads, a couple point totals, Nothing big. All right, first game, Jets Broncos. Easy parlay here. Lock it in.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Let me make this right now.
All right,
go.
All right, because I don't have one of those things. Brees, touchdown, anytime. Braylon Allen, touchdown, anytime. Mike Williams, touchdown, anytime. Jets win.
So 4 leg.
And Jets to win?
Yep.
Damn. All right, that's one.
That's one pick. We're looking at plus 1470 on the parlay there.
Yep. Give me that. Easy money.
So
Broncos can't stop a nosebleed. Pat Surtain's going to be covering Garrett. That's why I'm giving it to Mike Will. Yeah.
$10 to win you $157.
All right. Easy money. Someone bet it, because I won't. But
I will not.
That's really confident. Someone bet it, but I won't. Okay.
All right, number 2, we got Commanders Cards over. It's 50.5. I found. I don't know. Going to be a high-scoring game. What?
Back-to-back overs with the Skins.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they haven't punted in 2 weeks. Cardinals score a lot of points. Both of their defenses are suspect in the back end. And then we got number 3, Titans Dolphins. Horrible game. I could see this being 7-3. We're going under 36.5. Absolute lock. And then number 4, we got Dak playing against the Giants. Loves playing against the Giants. Dices them up every time, even if it's garbage time. Yards on yards on yards. Dub found over 263.5. Lock.
The
Number
all-reliable
5.
Fliff.
What?
The all-reliable Fliff.
Exactly. And then we got Steelers Colts under 39.5. Gonna be another low-scoring game. Probably 7 turnovers. Steelers defense elite. Anthony Richardson. Here, TJ Watt, take this ball.
Yeah, fair.
There we go.
So I think you just made another 1-4. The only thing I like was the last under you said, but we'll see how it happens. Good luck to you. Cam, we'll cut to you.
5-0, 16-0. Bet all my things and win money.
Cam, you would have been 3-2 last week if you didn't add in that Jaden Daniels would be the first touchdown scorer. You said anytime, but then you changed it to first. So now you're 2-3. You know, you had some good parlays. I'll give it to you. You had a couple legs there. So let's cut to you now. What is your money maker for the people this week? Your 5 picks.
So we're gonna go a money line winner with the touchdown parlay in all 5. So I'm gonna go with the Skins money line. I have a funny feeling that they're gonna win outright. And if they're going to win, I think that happens with the Brian Robinson touchdown. So that's going to be pick 1. Okay? That's their starting running back. Eckler is going to be getting a lot of the carries.
He's out. Eckler's out.
Perfect. Even better. Robinson's going to be getting all the carries out of the red zone. He's not a receiving back. That's the guy that you want to get a touchdown, especially within the 10-yard area. But that's my first pick, Washington money line with Robinson touchdown. Second pick, we're going to go with the Bills money line and a Josh Allen touchdown. Josh Allen scored 1 in the previous game, and especially whenever it gets to the red area, within that 5-yard line, they don't really love to give it to Cook. They like Allen either rolling out or just fucking piling through straight through. And then these last 3 are going to be a little bit more outlandish.
I got to take a run.
Just take a mute button.
Take a run. All right, so Michael, you're gonna like these. These are your value picks of the weekend.
All right, let me put it in the.
So those are my touchdown and money line picks. These are 2 touchdown scorers and money line picks. First one, we're gonna go Gibbs and Montgomery both score touchdown, with Detroit winning. Because I mean, if they're both gonna score, Detroit's probably gonna win. All right?
Yeah.
3-leg parlay. Book that. Same thing with the Bengals. Higgins, Chase, both score a touchdown with the Bengals money line. I got that at plus 610. That was the line that I got it at. The money line before that I couldn't get the line on because it's a Monday night game. And FanDuel doesn't like to give that to me a day early. So, but Higgins, Chase, money line plus 610. Like that value. Probably the hottest take of the day. I'm going to go Tyreek and Jalen Waddle with the Finns money line. I don't know. I think this Finns team's bounced back. I mean, Doug's basically breaking his phone now and destroying the podcast. But
he left.
Oh, he left. Oh, now we're running from here on out. But like I said, we're going Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, and the Finns money line to end out my Power 5, whatever the fuck Dub calls it. The value 5.
Focus 5. The focus 5.
Focus 5. Oh, even more bullshit on top of bullshit.
That's like Dolphins are going to score 2 touchdowns. That's
I mean, if they're going to score 2 touchdowns, who's going to score them?
Raheem Mostert and I don't even know, another Dolphins player.
I don't know. I can see Hill and Waddle being so. That's my more value pick of the weekend, but we'll see.
Fair enough. Any college picks this week?
I haven't been able to take a look yet, but that Georgia-Alabama game
is going to be electric.
Damn. Dude, I'm also playing golf with one of my coworkers and his dad at Sunday at 9 in the morning. Probably not going to fucking love that. I'm thinking of drinking a Four Loko before I even get to the golf course.
8 a.m.
9 a.m. So I'd have to start, I have to start drinking at 8 a.m. But I'm usually better on my third and fourth drink. So one Four Loko is the equivalent of that. So
you got to make it home to see Brees, Braylon Allen, and Mike Williams score touchdowns for the
funny
Jets.
enough, I have a driver, and it's only 9 holes. So
there you go.
I kind of got the prime set up for Sunday morning.
Sorry about that. Due to technical difficulties, I was cut off. Dog sitting, and the dogs went a little crazy. So here they are again. These nut jobs. Anyways, my Focus 5 for the week. Thank you, Cam and Mikey, so much for joining. They might be back for next week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Focus 5 for this week. Mine, Falcons, -1.5 versus the Saints. I feel like this is an easy spot at home for them. Atlanta, I like that pick a lot. Next pick, Bengals -4.5 on the road, must win at the Panthers. Think Panthers cool off a little bit after that hot week 1 from Andy Dalton, or a hot first week from Andy Dalton. The come down from week 1 to week 2 after a quarterback change, it's real. Bengals might win this one by 10 to 14 points. Next one, Bucks +2.5 versus the Eagles. I feel like this one's easy. Tampa in Tampa. Just love it. Eagles are due for a loss after that lucky win last week. I think their streak runs out here. Bucks +2.5 at home. I don't understand why the underdogs in this game. Next one, Cardinals -3.5 at home versus the Commanders. Once again, feel like the Commanders are a little bit overhyped. Cardinals at home Cardinals have been in every game. They've been close. They've been keeping it close by a score or two, so I like the Cardinals -3.5. Last one, Chargers +8 versus the Chiefs. Even if Herbert isn't playing, 8 is a lot. I think if it's Heineke, they can keep it low scoring. They can be within that 8 points. So those are the 5 picks for the week. Falcons, Bengals, Bucks, Cardinals, Chargers at the spread. Also wanted to say to Cam that he fucked up his college pick horribly. Oklahoma State got destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but lost to Utah. So bad pick on you. Thank you guys for watching week 5. Now we'll go to me talking about college football. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties. If there was lag throughout, I'm in a different place, so different setting. My apologies sincerely. All right, we're back with our college football segment. As always, I'll give my 5 takeaways from this week in college football, last week being week 4, and then we'll go into my Flash 5, go over how that went. So let's dive right in. First takeaway, as a Syracuse fan, I have to put it out there. We're done for. Lost at home to Stanford. Just a disgusting loss. Stanford's first ACC game. You let them into the dome. Everyone knew what they were going to do on that 4th down play before they hit the game-winning field goal. Go to Manor. That dude's a beast. Ironically enough, I did get him to transfer to Cuse in NCAA football 25, but that's neither here nor there. Dude's a stud. Fran Brown should be fired. I'm done with him. All the Syracuse fans, you got to get out, bro. You guys are way too optimistic. I've had enough of it. I'm sick of it. This is unacceptable. We have Kyle McCord. Everyone's saying Honda McCord now. It makes sense now because he sucked. 2 picks. No, he did decent, but the 2 picks were not good. This is a frustrating loss. Got to get it back against Holy Cross this week. UNLV, luckily, just their quarterback and running back quit the team, so that should be 2 free easy wins right there. Get your ducks in a row. I mean, realistically, the playoff hope is dead, but if you somehow only lose to Stanford, then I guess you're in the conversation. I don't see it happening, though. Once again, my hope for Syracuse football has been overshot by the people I know and the freaking stupid X community that's there, so I'm done with it. Syracuse season is dead. Next big takeaway, Illinois upsets Nebraska on the road. And now when I picked Nebraska for my Flash 5, I did not realize that Illinois had Luke Altmaier, or I think his name's Luke, hopefully it's Luke Altmaier. Dude's a stud. Yeah, just completely upset them in overtime. Raiola was like 4th and 30. He had nothing. They were ahead, and they just couldn't do it. -9, looked dead the whole game. So Illinois might be legit, or either Nebraska is frauds. And if Nebraska is frauds, what does that make Colorado? So that's something we need to consider. Bad bet by me to take responsibility, hand up. We'll talk about the Flash 5 in a second, but nice win for Illinois on the road Friday night. Next one. Michigan slugs it out over USC, 10 yards of offense in the second half, and then they win, of course, because it's Michigan. This was an obvious one. Another one I missed. I picked USC, just anti-Michigan pick. Stupid. Michigan was going to run the football, win this game. Big Ten football, introduced USC to Big Ten football. That one was obvious. Should have seen that one coming as well. Impressive win to Michigan. I'll give it to them. I like Orji over Davis Warren. Davis Warren throwing 3 picks against Arkansas State, whatever. He doesn't need to see the field. Give it to Orji. Let him run this run offense. So yeah, Michigan not dead yet. They probably would have been maybe out of the top 25 if they lost this game, but they're still here. So good for them, man. I hate to see it. Next, Utah wins without rising over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has been proven to be a fraud, in my opinion. Not really going to be competing in the Big 12. I think the Big 12 is now Utah's to lose, considering Cam Rising could go this week or not. I don't think they're playing anybody important. I could be wrong in that. No, I think they are playing an important game, actually. But either with or without Rising, they've shown they can win. I think the Big 12 is Utah's to lose in their first year, which is funny that now that they're in the Big 12, they're just going to easily win it. But I don't know. I don't see the vision on Oklahoma State. Obviously, you have Ollie Gordon, but that quarterback room has been a problem for the last 2 years. It continues. They only scored like 18 points. I don't know. Give me Utah to win the Big 12. That one was an obvious one. To all the people who had that out there, congratulations. You did a good job. Final one, Tennessee dominates Oklahoma. This is the one big game I got right. Oklahoma is going to replace their quarterback, Jackson Arnold, send him to the Shadow Realm. He's done. New kid's coming in there. Apparently the new kid's shifty, can move around a little bit. Was a little bit better. I know he was scoring when Tennessee basically shut Arnold out the whole game. So this will be interesting to see if Oklahoma's now in the SEC is better with the new quarterback or it's the same. Obviously the SEC is a step up. We'll see. But Tennessee looks dominant. I really like Tennessee. I hope they continue to do good. Tennessee is one of my favorite schools to watch just because I like their colors. I like the whole Tennessee vibe, Rocky Mountaintop. I love it all. So hopefully Tennessee stays good. Nico looks legit, potential Heisman right now. So I'm excited to see where this Tennessee season ends out. Now going into the Flash 5, unfortunately we went 2-3 last week. We had Army right and we had Tennessee right, but we missed on USC. We missed on Illinois, and we missed on VTech, which I'm done with VTech. VTech's a team that I'm done with gambling on. That's simple as that. You lose to Rutgers, there's no coming back from that. So 2-3. Luckily for us, we were doing well, so that leaves a record at 8-7. 1 over 500, so we're still in the positive, hoping to continue that on next week. Let's get into my Flash 5 for week 5 of NCAA. I'm here. I'm ready. Labbed up, looked through every game. One thing I will say is I'm done betting on Friday and Thursday games for the card, at least recommending for you guys. They just seem like bad vibes. I had Kansas 2 weeks ago and then Nebraska last week. It's like anything can happen. It's like a Thursday night football game basically, so fuck that. I'm done with that. Maybe I'll take stuff on the side, but I'm not going to recommend any of that to you guys because I'm no longer confident in any team on a Thursday or Friday night. So with that being said, all these games will be on Saturday. Let's dive right in. First one, Notre Dame -6.5 versus Louisville. Notre Dame cannot lose another game in the college football season if they want to make the playoffs. I mean, they could potentially lose this one and still get in because it's bullshit independence or whatever, but they're not going to be playing in a conference championship, so they need to win these games, especially the ranked ones. They have Louisville, they have USC. Other than that, it's looking a little sketchy, so they need this win really badly. -6.5 at home. Louisville hasn't really proven anything yet. Yes, they're 3-0. But they haven't really done anything that it makes me go, oh, wow, Louisville's going to be really good this year, So I think Notre Dame by a touchdown could be good. Well, I'm saying it's going to be good, but Riley Leonard gives me pause, but it's Notre Dame. The Irish at home, they walloped Purdue. They walloped the team they played last week, Miami of Ohio, I believe it was, another MAC team. So Notre Dame's back. I believe in them this game to smoke Louisville. Next one, Oklahoma and Auburn. Now we have a rare over-under play for me here. I'm going with the under in this, under 45.5. Oklahoma, new quarterback. Maybe he could be electric. Now I'm thinking about that. That could be a little scary. Auburn also new quarterback, but this could be like a new quarterback battle, low scoring game. Obviously, Vegas doesn't think it's going to be very high scoring. 45.5 is pretty low for a college football game, so I'm taking the under. I hate betting unders, but I just, both these teams, SEC, grind it out. Both these teams have been really not scoring a lot, haven't really been shown to be productive on offense at all. Even if one team unlocks their offense, who knows if the other team will do it, so I really like this under. Next play, biggest game of the weekend, Bama versus Georgia. Got to have a play on it. I'm going for the boys in Bama, man. One of my family members went to Bama. I like Georgia, but all the criminal activity, they've been winning all the games in the past couple years. I think it's the Kentucky game. You look at the Kentucky game. I don't take that into too big of an account. I don't over analyze that and take that at face value. But I don't know, Bama. I think this is different. Jaden Milroe, he's good. He can run it. It's going to be a slug. I don't know. I think the under in this game could be a possibility as well. Both good defenses. I think it's going to be a slug it out one. Give me the team at home, +2. Vegas thinks it's going to be close. I agree. I think Bama, why not take Bama? They're at home. That's my philosophy for college football, where home field matters. Georgia, I don't know. Georgia has a really tough schedule, and this is just the start of it, so they may be looking ahead. They play Texas in a couple weeks. I don't know. I like Bama a lot. Money line. Get a little boost because they're not going to just win by or lose by 1, so it doesn't matter. I'll take Bama money line, add it to the card. Fourth pick, we have Illinois, +18 at Penn State. Now, this might be a trap, but coming off of last week, impressive win at Nebraska, which is a crazy place to play. So the Penn State, obviously, is a little bit crazier, a little more people there, but I like Illinois to cover 18 points. That feels pretty achievable. That's what? I don't even know how you get to 18, but 2 touchdowns at least and a field goal. So as long as Illinois is within 2 touchdowns and a field goal, they cover the spread pretty easily here. Penn State's had scares versus Bowling Green at home, versus West Virginia. They didn't put away till late. So I really like Illinois +18. I think that's my favorite play on the card, but that probably means no good. But I really like that play as of now. Last one, we go back to the Big 12. Even though I haven't picked anything from the Big 12 yet, we have Texas Tech -2.5 at home versus Cincinnati. Both these teams have started off the season really well. I just like Texas Tech at home. I think, Cincinnati went on the road, I think, and has won a couple games, but Texas Tech is better at home. Cincinnati did lose to Pitt, I believe. So, this is going to be a really close battle. Once again, it's a very close spread. Vegas thinks it's going to be very close. Give me the home team. Home court matters, or home field matters. So, running down the list, we have Notre Dame -6.5 versus Louisville. Oklahoma, Auburn under 45.5. Bama moneyline versus Georgia. Illinois +18 at Penn State, and Texas Tech -2.5 at Cincinnati. So that'll wrap up football week 5 for NCAA, week 4 for NFL. Thank you for my guests for being here. I do have a couple videos scheduled, or a couple casts scheduled for you guys. Starting out, we have Dune 1 movie review coming out, and then Dune Part 2 coming out. Survivor should be out shortly after this video, or even before this video. Weekly Survivor coverage. We're going to still cover NFL. We're still going to cover NCAA on a week-to-week basis, doing the same stuff we did here. So really excited for that. Besides that, Awakenings movie review will be in the works as well. Penguin, I'm making an announcement. Penguin will not be covered weekly. It's too many things going on with Survivor, football, movies and stuff. So the schedule's already too packed. Penguin, I will do a recap of all the episodes in season 1, and then give it to you in like a succession form where I went episode by episode, you know what I mean? So that's what we'll do for that. It'll just be one cast, not a weekly cast for Penguin, but I will be covering Penguin in a season-long form. Plan on maybe doing the same thing for Daryl Dixon, which is coming back soon. So TV's back, football's back. Yeah, really just stay tuned on the channel. We did a Succession tier list. That was my last one. That was really fun to do. Got a comment on that already, and it's picking up some views. So, if you like Succession, check that out. Other than that, thanks to my guests for coming on today again. I think I already said that. And as always, be easy.